Tennis icon John McEnroe has described Novak Djokovic's COVID vaccination saga in Australia as total BS. The American former world number one has shared his disbelief about how it took 2 weeks to resolve the situation. Last week, Djokovic was denied the chance to defend his 2022 Australian Open title and deported from Melbourne after having his visa revoked twice. Djokovic, a proud anti-vaxxer, had arrived down under on January 5 but endured 2 stints in immigration detention before the eventual verdict. He has been blasted for his opposition against the COVID vaccination amid soaring cases in Australia but has also received mass support from fellow players and other figures worldwide. McEnroe has now chimed in, branding the fiasco as total BS and even slightly lauded Djokovic's decision to make the long journey and stand by his beliefs. The 62-year-old believes the Serb's willingness to risk is why he's widely considered the best tennis star of all time. The 7-time Grand Slam winner told ESPN, "It's total BS. If he decides not to have a vaccine and the Australian authorities say you cannot go down there unless you're vaccinated, end of story, it's black or white. He decides whether or not he wants to do it. He's got very strong beliefs, he's entitled to those beliefs. It was gutsy, to travel there, in a way. I've got to hand it to him. I've got 7 majors, he's got 20. The reason he's got a lot more than me is because he's willing to risk that, to go down there." Djokovic's visa was cancelled a second time after admitting to meeting French newspaper L'Équipe for an interview in December with the knowledge that he was COVID positive. The world number one has apologized for an error of judgment in attending the interview. That, along with incorrect information on his travel declaration, was used against him in the federal court ahead of the deportation decision. However, McEnroe ended his bizarre rant by questioning whether Djokovic had actually attended the interview whilst knowing he was COVID positive, despite the 20-time Grand Slam winner's own admission. Djokovic apparently, and listen, I'm a fan of Novak, and I have a lot of respect for him, McEnroe added. But supposedly, he knew he had it, and then he flew back and went to Serbia, and that's not what you're allowed to do. And then he met with some journalist, allegedly, that he spoke to a journalist, in Serbia, I believe. I don't know the exact details of the dates, but is that proven, is that absolute fact? His co-host then corrected him to state that Djokovic had made it clear he did attend the interview.